Hey guys, it's 10:30 on Friday. Happy Friday. We've made it to the week. And if you look back at the week, and there's a lot going on, it's all taking place starting last night and going on right now. But if you look back at the week, if you look back at the month, if you look back from June to January, ask yourself, is good enough good enough? Let's get into the weekend update right now. Okay, guys, we're back. Thanks for watching. As always, tune into the weekend update dashboard. You're going to have rate movement. You're going to have market summaries, really live blogs on what's happening in the market. The big news of today that started last night while I was at this desk putting in some mortgage coach presentations for offers going out was the strikes by Israel and Iran. You guys, the reality is that bad news for the market or geopolitical environment generally creates better interest rates. So was I celebrating last night? No, but I was watching what appeared to be an interest rate dip off of this uncertainty. Today, however, it's the actual opposite. We're starting to see reprices. Just got a call from Barry Beebe, an MBS Live report, basically alert, just saying go ahead and lock your loans. We locked a bunch of loans before I jumped onto this video because of the volatility. More on that in a second. I want to talk about is good enough good enough. I had a call. We had a call with our owner, Chris George, earlier this week, and his statement was effectively this: good enough isn't. And so as we try to do better to over deliver for our clients, whether that's sellers, whether that's buyers, or whether that's partners, when I'm delivering for you guys, I really just have a mindset that good enough isn't. We need to constantly be better. And I'm going to go over some strategies and tactics in this video that we are applying right now. I've spoken about them in previous updates that are helping, but I want to give you the visual. I want to give you the ability to actually look at these for yourself. And if you're an agent right now and the strategy is to create affordability, both the affordability to sell a home at a price and structure that works for qualified committed buyers, and your strategy to enhance affordability, comfortability, and confidence for buyers that are also qualified and committed to buying a home. That's what I'm going to share with you here. And I really encourage you to be looking at the financial presentations that your lending partner is providing to your buyers and providing to your sellers. I want you to see this because this is exactly what we send to our real estate partners like you when we are presenting figures. So let's get into the news of the day and how this is impacting. And by that, I mean the challenges in the Middle East and Iran, how that's going to be affecting interest rates and the Fed decision, which is why the tactics we use to make affordability possible for buyers and sellers really, really critical. Let's listen in to this quick interview.
How do you think this complicates the picture for the Fed?
Good to be here. So I do think this is a last-minute complication as the Fed heads into their meeting next week. Policy uncertainty was already high, and now you're adding geopolitical risks into the mix. Stagflationary risks from a potential oil price shock that could be a drag on global growth and U.S. growth, depending on how much escalation and how long this takes. So it certainly makes the wait-and-see strategy that the Federal Reserve has been engaged in the least regret strategy going into this meeting and likely into next month as well.
Does it mean that they will wait even longer?
Okay, guys, so if you're looking at the screen right now, this is the projections for next week's meeting. 97% of the survey says there's not going to be a rate reduction. 2.9%, I guess, think that we're just going to drop rates because of the conflict in the Middle East. I don't think that's going to happen.
Then even the market expected. I mean, the market was starting to price in Fed cuts in the fall.
So I think it really depends. As you know, the big policy uncertainties.
Okay, guys, so if you want to, I'll put a link to this video, the full video. basically the wait and see approach has been confirmed as a better strategy than a knee-jerk reaction to lower interest rates. Again, it's why our tactics used to create affordability are so important. That's what I'm going to get into next. If you look at this, the dashboard that I use every day, we've had 7 reprices for the worst today. Again, this is why we went ahead and locked our loans for our clients ahead of that. Market is down, and that means that rates are going to be edging up to end the week. Unfortunately, after a week where we had lower CPI, so consumer price index, and lower PPI, producer price index. So the inflation numbers are favorable. The uncertainty is high, and it's not projected that we're going to see any rate cuts anytime really this summer, but we are looking to fall. And let's be where our feet are. What are we doing? So yesterday, put together a mortgage coach presentation for clients that are looking at a home that's offered at $965. So I went ahead and gave them the list price of $965, what their payment would be at a 6.75% 30-year fixed mortgage. But what we did, we jumped on a call and we said, well, what if we were to offer $985 and ask for a $15,000 closing cost credit, effectively netting the seller $5,000 over list price. It's a brand new listing. It's a beautiful listing in Vista. I'm sure this is what they want. They want to net over what they listed the house for, but we want to be upfront and transparent about the goal of keeping the loan payment at or below $5,000, right around there. Okay. So if we did $965 and offered list price with a 30-year fixed, our interest, our payment with principal, interest, tax, insurance, and HOA for this particular property would be about $5,700. However, if we offer $985, ask for a $15,000 closing cost credit, seller nets $5,000 over list price, we can have a first year rate of 4.75%, netting them a payment of $4,800. Second year interest rate effectively of 5.75%, putting them slightly over $5,000. And then if we look at the year 3 through year 30, if we assume they're never going to revise their interest rate, which I think is a really bad assumption, the payment difference after saving almost $16,000 in the first 2 years, the payment difference between buying at list price and increasing the list price a little bit to give them some massive affordability over the next couple of years, the payment difference is about $100. In fact, that number crunches a little bit if in this scenario, seller's only netting list price. In our buy down scenario, the seller's netting $5,000 over list price. So if we bumped up to $5,000 over list price just from the jump and didn't get any credit, that number would be lower. Now, this is your average home in North County, San Diego, but there are several homes that are a lot more expensive than $1 million. And across California, we're seeing homes that are in the $2 million range and up, or the higher end relative to your area are sitting, and we're seeing some challenges. This particular setup, and again, I'll drop this in the dashboard. Take a look, and actually this is what's in the dashboard right now, at a $2 million home. A $2 million home at market is costing someone over $11,000 right now. A $2 million home with a 3% seller buy down is saving almost $900 a month on a permanent buy down, excuse me. So just through financing, we can save somebody on the same down payment, same purchase price. We can save somebody over $850 a month. If we were doing this in a temporary buy down scenario where they wanted more savings for the next couple of years, we are talking about a savings of over $1,500 a month. This is material. And now watch this. If we went and asked the seller for $100,000 off, we want a 5% price reduction, which we are seeing these right now on homes that are not currently in contract. We're seeing prices drop. Well, that saves a buyer $540 a month, and it costs the seller $100,000. In the 3% credit scenario on a $1.4 million loan, you're talking about just over $40,000. So which one is going to be the better tactic to help create affordability to sell and affordability to buy? It's a buy down strategy. When rates were at 3%, all we saw was price increase over price increase over price increase over price increase. And what that tells you is that it really wasn't about price when rates were at 3%. It's not really about price now with rates over 6.5%, guys. So take a look at these. I want to make sure that you guys have the we all understand the strategy, right? Create affordability, but your tactics are paramount to how we achieve this. And at a time, and as I've spoken about, we've got the equity available, we've got the credit available, and we have desire. We have desire to sell. We've got more listings than we've seen since 2019. In some cases, these homes are sitting on the market longer than any time they've sat on the market since 2014. We've got credit availability, we've got buyer demand, and we've got equity. You guys, if you take the right tactical approach to solving the strategy, you're in good shape. Listen, call, text, or email me anything you need through the weekend. I'm here for you. If you want one of these presentations for your buyers and they're out shopping and they really love this home, they just got to find out a way to make it more affordable. That's what we do. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for watching. See you soon.